Hello and welcome to our show, 60 Seconds with Sergio. I am your host, Sergio Cabanas, attorney at law here in Florida. Thank you for joining me today. Today's question is, Sergio, my spouse and I have been having some problems with our marriage, but we're still trying to do what we can to avoid divorce. However, I'm still concerned about the financial consequences of a divorce. What's the best way of handling this situation? Well, I usually recommend that the spouses consider some type of postnuptial agreement. It may actually help avoid a divorce. Now let me explain how this works. Well, one of the causes of divorce is financial disagreement. In fact, that's one of the top 3 reasons for divorce after adultery and abuse. Some financial issues can actually be resolved with a postnuptial agreement, which in turn may save the marriage. Now let me explain what a postnuptial agreement is. This is basically a contract between spouses that's signed after a marriage has taken place. This agreement would stipulate the separation of marital assets in the event of divorce. It basically states who's going to get what in the event of divorce. It can also address issues relating to alimony. By resolving these issues in a postnuptial agreement, it may actually help take the financial pressure off of strained marriage, the financial disagreements, which allow the parties to focus on reconciliation. Of course, in the event you're not able to reconcile, you still have a postnuptial agreement that can be enforced in a divorce proceeding, which makes the entire process much easier, faster, less stressful, and less expensive. However, keep in mind that the postnuptial agreement must meet certain special legal requirements, otherwise it may be deemed to be invalid and can be thrown out of court and you would have wasted your time and money. It must meet certain legal requirements, and that includes, number 1, the agreement must be written with provisions that are allowed by state law, in this case Florida. This includes that the agreement must be fair and not unconscionable. That is, it shouldn't be in favor of one party against the other, at least to an extreme. So now we get to the second major legal requirement, which is that the parties should have full financial disclosures unless specifically and correctly waived. The third major requirement is that it's also a good idea for both parties to be represented by independent attorneys, but this requirement can also be waived if done properly. Again, if the agreement is not done properly, it will not be valid, and you would have wasted your time. So try to avoid the temptation of using these forms on the internet, which may not comply with the legal requirements of your state's laws. Don't take any chances. So it's well worth your investment in time and money to consult an attorney who can make sure that this process is done correctly and done pursuant to the circumstances of your case. I hope this short video provided you with some general guidance about how to obtain a postnuptial agreement in Florida. Thank you again for joining me today, and as always, stay informed so you can stay strong.